everybody, welcome back to another video, the T on NPD and relationships. Hello everyone, to all of my new subscribers and new family members. Hello and welcome, of course, to my tribe and family at large. Listen, y'all, welcome back. Thank you all so much for coming back and watching another video. Y'all know I love to always mention our Thursday night live streams. This is where we go from healing to wholeness to boldness. You don't want to miss that Thursday night live stream. I'd love to see you there. Listen, come on out, jump in the chat, grab a snack, come on back. Invite some folks to come back with you, okay? And y'all, listen, it's 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here on the channel. That's it, 5 p.m. Pacific Standard Time right here on the channel. And listen, every time we drop a video on the channel, the goal of the day is 2.1K plus on the likes. Y'all know if you rocks with your girl, y'all hit that like button, Y'all hitting that like button for me? Okay, so you know what I'm doing. I'm just doing a rocks with your girl check. I want to make sure y'all rocking with me, okay? All right, y'all, let's jump into the topic of this video. I'm asked this question: why do you keep getting messages from the narcissist? You know, why is the narcissist not just leaving you alone? Why are they trying to text you? Why are they reaching out to you? We all know they hoover, you know, but why can't they just move forward? You know, they said that they didn't care. They say they don't care what you do, what you say, you know, who you're with. I mean, they made all of this drama and everything when they exited the relationship. They did all of that, right? So according to them, they're done with the whole situation. You know, they're done. They've already, you know, got their person and they're doing their own thing. But they just don't want to leave your sphere of space. Well, I got an answer for that. So I'm asked the question, why do they do that? Well, the simple reason is that the narcissist is not over you, okay? Narcissists have a very different way of conducting a relationship, or as we would say, an addictionship, okay? That's what I call them. They don't conduct a relationship in the way that normal people do, okay? To foster intimacy, to get closer to you, you know, for you all to build and to grow. Narcissists, in a relationship with them, it's more transactional, okay? You give them something, they give you something, they get something from you. You give them something, you get something from them. You know, that type of thing. It's very transactional with a narcissist. And they don't have the ability to be vulnerable, okay? They don't want to be vulnerable. They don't choose to be vulnerable. So when you will not be vulnerable in a relationship and you can't, or you choose not to be, then there is no intimacy. And the way that they hide the intimacy is through emotional overload, you know, when you're with them, by engaging your emotions in a more profound way and constantly, okay? And people mistake this for intimacy. You know, they mistake the sexual experiences, if you will, and the height of them as intimacy, and it's really not. It's just emotional and sensory overload. They're very, very good at this. But the truth of the matter is they are not over you. If they were over you, they would stop talking about you. The new supply knows who you are, not because you've introduced yourself to the new supply. The narcissist won't shut up about who you are. So when I'm asked that question, I have to let you know that because of the way that they conduct relationships, they don't get over you. They're not over you. They just go to another supply. And I've said this before, but if they're over you, then why are they running a smear campaign? Some of y'all are dealing with smear campaigns right now. Narcissists do this because they're doing damage control, okay? If you're over a person, you don't want to talk about them. You don't want to You don't want to be bothered with them. You don't want to hear their name. You don't care what they do. You don't care how they feel, what they feel, who they do it with. You just don't care. And there are instances where narcissists get to that place with some supply. But if you are experiencing them reaching out and they're trying to contact your family members, they're trying to get in contact with other people, and they're trying to send messages through the children, you're experiencing this because the narcissist doesn't want you to move on with your life because they have not moved on with their life regarding you. That means that they still want you back, and they want you as supply. That's plain and simple. They want to reinstitute that control that they had over your life. Why? Because the supply that you gave them and the way that you treated them, they want that back in their lives. Now, they don't want it back because they're going to appreciate it and they're going to treat you better than they did before. No, they don't want it back because of that. They want it back because what you gave to them was different from what they experienced, from probably any other person. So yeah, you gonna see them on your text message. They're not over you. They don't just, narcissists don't just, oh, I'm gonna drop this supply and just move on. The only way that you will see a narcissist do something like that is that you have really shamed them and you have outed them in a way that there's no way that they could come back. But if they are trying to hoover you, whether it's through people, through family members, through children, through text messages, showing up at your house, showing at other public places that you may be, showing up at your job, they do that because they want you back. That's the honest truth. And it's crazy because a lot of us have gone back because we experienced this, only to go back and have them to treat us worse than they did before. Because they realize how much they need you after you're gone. That's what happens. And when that daunting reality hits them, it hits them almost like, whoa. It's a hard hit to their ego because they know that they don't have that anymore. And when they don't have it, what they do is they try hard, especially when they don't have your level of supply on board. They're coming back and they're trying hard. They're giving it, they're giving it their earnest effort to try to pull you back into that vortex of chaos, confusion, disruption of your peace and everything else. Because they live and they thrive off of that great energy that you gave them, and they're hoping that at some point when they reach out to you, that you are going to allow them to engage your emotion enough to allow them to get back into that emotional door. And so they can pull you back in and suck you back into that dysfunctional, demonic vortex that they have going on in their minds called that ego. You know what I'm saying? And pull you back in there. And all they're going to do when they get you back is to treat you worse than they ever did before. But the fact that they keep reaching out is because they have a need and they need you to feel it. Don't you know that when you leave them, you become, or when they leave you and they're with that new supply, baby, you become the most wanted. I tell y'all that all the time. Narcissists want what they can't have. And if you have put that wall up and you basically made it impossible for them to get to you, oh, they coming hard after you. If you've gone and changed your phone number, you've done all of those different types of things to try to stay out of the narcissist, out of their sphere of influence or whatever, or just out of their space, then yes, you are going to see them texting you. You're going to see them calling you. You're going to see them trying to reach out to family members and all of that. Because when you're over a person, you don't call them, you don't write them, you don't text them, you don't email them, you don't do any of that. You don't even talk about them in a positive way or a negative way. When you're over a person, that's what happens. That's not what a narcissist does. And they're like, oh, a narcissist doesn't care. They get over you, blah, blah, blah. Yeah, that's for people that they know that they can't go back to. right? But for the most part, if you were grade A supply and you didn't shame them, you just left the situation and said, you know what, I'm done with you and I'm over this. Goodbye, good riddance, don't ever call me again. When you leave them like that and you don't actually take that next step to actually put shame to their name, to cause them to be shamed in front of other people, to cause their character to be in question. If you don't do something like that to a narcissist, then the chances of them trying to hoover you are going to be very high. Okay? Because if you didn't do all of that, they still want you. Okay? They still need you in their life because narcissists don't like to lose supply. And that includes you. Okay? They don't. They don't like to lose supply. If you were that primary grade A supply and you basically left the situation in a semi-decent fashion and you didn't torch that thing before you got up out of there, that's why. Because they want you back. And it's unfortunate that you have to deal with with the problems of them trying to reach out and contact you. You block the email, they just get another one. If you don't change your email, you block that phone call or the number that they're calling from, but you didn't change your phone number. They just call you from a different number. So what am I saying? This is what it is, but don't ever think about going back because it's never going to be different. It's never going to be different. They're never going to treat you the way that you should be treated, and they're never going to value who you are because they don't value who they are. All right. So family, I wanted to get this out here for you guys. Just know that's why you're being pursued, is they are not over you, unfortunately. So let that be their problem, not yours. All right. I love you, family. I will see you all on the next video, and I will see you all healed and whole at the top. Shalom, family. Peace.